Hey everybody, get in here. Welcome back. Come on in. This is the Shawn Yankey Show. Get in here. This is a live interactive chat show where we can and do talk about absolutely anything at all. So come on in and join in on the discussion, even if you're here later. This is a comment-driven show, like I said, and I like hearing from you, even the ones that watch later on. But as usual, I've got some stuff prepared just to get us going. But like I said, I never know where we're going to end up because this all bases off the comments. This is interactive. So we gather every night live right here at the same time everywhere you're at. YouTube, Facebook, and Periscope. I'm looking at some others, but we haven't settled on any more yet. I can do 2 more on the service that I pay for, the streaming service that I pay for, so I'm able to use 5. I don't know of any more really good ones. There are a few others, but I don't know if they have the traffic. They are censorship friendly, which is good, but you know, if you have any suggestions on other places, let me know. But like I said, we gather here every weeknight, Monday through Friday at the same time. It's hard to say what time. I was trying to learn time zones for a minute there, but it got to be too much. It just wouldn't stay in my head, and we're on all over the world. So it's possible. We even have viewers in Germany, because on YouTube you can see individual stats and where people are looking from. It's everywhere. We're global. So anywhere you're watching, please like and share this show out. Because even though we're all over the place and I've got it plastered everywhere I can put it, we depend on the viewers. It's completely independent. So please share it out, and most important, take part in the show. No matter where you're watching, hit the like buttons, react, and comment. Take part. That all helps us do better in the algorithm on every platform. And we are heavily suppressed because we talk about anything, but it all centers around the truth, which is unpopular speech and something that is kept from people and they don't want out there. So, one, we got a lot of things going against us. So we depend on you guys. But thanks for coming. Let me see who's here. Let me see who's here on Facebook. Joan was first tonight. Hey, Lee. Lee, it threw me off because I was worried that I had somehow accidentally blocked you. I've done that from time to time because I was seeing your comments when I would watch it back, and I was like, I didn't notice Lee at the live. So it made me feel better to know that you hadn't been here for the last couple days because I was like, well, that's really weird, you know. But hey, Dale. Hey, Jack. Jack's here. Where you been, Jack? Been hanging out with your club? Jack just got in a new motorcycle club, and that's probably taking up a lot of his time. Hey, Joan. Helen. Hey, how you doing? Lori's here. Let me see. Let me catch up. You guys have been talking. The music's not that long. Hey, Marie. Okay, we got some people here on YouTube. Hey, YouTube. Welcome to the show. Take part. I'm going to rant a little bit. It's going to be a loose rant, basically, tonight for the monologue. And because I tried to organize it, I really did. It's just a mess. But he says back to the fray. Hey, Heath. Jack had a bong hit for us. Thank you, Jack. I can feel it. I feel it. Jack has a magical ability to send them telepathically. But I'm going to jump right into the monologue. And the theme tonight is going to basically be that we need to get the hell out of here, y'all. We need to get out of here. And let's get a piece of land and start a commune. You know, we'll get some more, people. I'll get some more live streamers and stuff like that. So we have storytellers and we have entertainment. We got a grower. Jack's going to be our grower. We got Kathy knows about gardening. We got all kinds of people. He's an electrician. I can go on and on. Ginger has nursing experience. We got a little bit of healthcare, a little bit of everything. Let's do this. Let's separate. Let's unplug and get out of here because I don't like where this is heading. You know, there are literal monsters that are trying to avoid the gallows, and they will burn it all down to do so. Hell, that has always been their plan anyway. They've got this country scattered with underground bases and bunkers. They plan to wipe a large number of us out. They want to eliminate us. They don't care. They have no countries, no loyalties, other than to themselves and power, control, greed. Those are their gods. Now, like I said, this is going to be loose and kind of a rant because it is a clusterfuck. Accidental F-bomb, there probably will be more. I apologize. I try real hard to watch my mouth, but it's tough because that's my favorite word. But I don't know for sure what is really happening here. I'm going to be honest up front. Just go ahead and be honest. I do my best, but I'm an independent journalist from rural Missouri who there's only so many hours in the day. I can't even use the excuse that I had to work today. I had all day. And other than being a little tired, I'm going to be honest, because of a toothache, I got a bad tooth, and that is the worst. I'm not a woman, so I've never had a baby. But pain-wise, you cannot sleep for whatever reason. And someone tell me, because I don't know what it is, and this is off topic, but why is a toothache worse at night? Right now it hurts, but later it will be unbearable. It woke me up at 4 a.m. today, and I was just up. And I tried to take a nap, but I'm just a little down, and this is overwhelming. There's so much. So I had time. I went through everything. I still don't know what's happening. That's what I don't know for sure, is that we're being lied to is what I do know. It's not what appears on the surface. That's clear. The more you dig, the clearer that becomes. And what this is, and this I'm sure of, is divide and conquer at its finest. That's what's going on here. They are playing the race card. This is being fueled and driven. This is exactly what they're doing. We are being distracted and manipulated. And this is all a trap. If Admiral Akbar was in this particular deep state movie, he would be screaming, "It's a trap" right now. I threw that out for Heath and me. We're both massive Star Wars fans. And I would love to, can we talk about Star Wars? Later, let's talk about Star Wars. I want to talk about something else because life has become a horror movie, especially if you're paying attention to it. But it is all bullshit. We're being baited. All right? I'm going to throw out a couple statistics here. And I realize I'm not good at math, so I probably should avoid math and numbers. But I'm going to throw out some statistics. 3,000. Okay? And this came from a legitimate site. So 3,000. That's the first number. That's how many people the police have killed in the last 3 years. Not counting this year. If I was counting this year, we'd be closer to about 3,200. But 3,000 since 2017. Yes. Okay. 1,200 is the next number. This is out of 3,000. 1,200. That's how many white people were killed by police in the last 3 years. 1,226. 667. This is the next number. That's how many black people were killed in the exact same amount of time. Now, I understand that black people are a minority in a lot of these places, and they're targeted heavily, and statistically it doesn't average out. I'm saying that the police have a bad habit of killing people. And the ones they point the camera at and publicize are the ones that get us riled up, the ones that get us upset. They know where to push. They don't show it all. I remember watching one particular white person get killed by a cop in a hotel hallway. He was crying, unarmed, on his knees, with his hands up, begging for his life, killed him. Barely got any reporting at all. Race is being used to distract us from our real enemies, is the point. The police were militarized a long time ago. We can get to that. They're not there to protect us or serve and protect the people anymore. That's not their purpose. They're a weaponized gang against the people to protect resources and property and to extort the population. They're pirates, basically. That's another issue. But I have doubts about this entire incident, but zero doubt about what is happening. This has happened for millennia. Since the beginning of time, they have controlled the population through means of this exact situation. I lost my train of thought mid-sentence. But we need to wake up. We need to wake up and realize that we are being played. We are being played. Jack says, I've been pinned to the ground by cops and about died. You know, I didn't even search for very long, but I decided to search today. Some cross-check, some images. Everywhere in the media, the police are releasing statements that they don't train that tactic to kneel on someone's neck. That's not a trained tactic used to restrain. I'm finding pictures of it everywhere. Everywhere, right? All across the place. Even from recent pictures in these protests and riots. But this is all a stage. The world is a stage. And this is fake and we're being played. I'm not saying it didn't happen. There was a lot wrong with it. There's a new angle released today, and there's no people. Where are the people who were yelling and all upset about what they were doing to George? From the other angle, they're not there. So a lot wrong. And they're taking down the video everywhere. You can't find it. I was going to do a breakdown of it for YouTube, but you can't find a good copy. That's good and bad. I understand. Because it's a snuff film. It's brutal to watch. And out of respect for George and his family, I agree with taking it down. But another reason, I hate to be the one to say this, that they want it taken down is because it doesn't stand up to scrutiny. The entire event. And we broke that down last night. We can get into it again if you want, but pretty much the same people were here. You know, Jack wasn't here, but I think you guys understand that we're being played here. But I think it goes further than that. How do you do that with no remorse? Is it possible that 4 psychopaths just happened to be in on the same arrest? No one had any remorse, acted any kind of way. You didn't even see them on their radios panicking or nothing. And the cop with his knee on his neck, no remorse at all. Looking right at the camera. You know, I don't think that MK Ultra ever stopped. What if these guys, how do you do that with no empathy? Is it possible that he's just a psychopath? Am I crazy? Or is it possible that this was a staged event completely? I think it is. And what they're doing with it definitely is. Definitely is. But I tried to find the truth, and everything just leads you to another rabbit hole. I have gotten to the opinion that, and this is my own theory, but that George and him may have had more of a history than they're letting on. I think maybe something might have been going on with his wife. That's my theory. It's my opinion. It's where I'm heading through this. It's at least looking like a premeditated type of thing. Because they knew each other. And it's undeniable. Lori said false flag acting. They aren't good enough to acting to display any emotion. All right, but I get it. It was for the cameras, what was going on. And a big reason why I wanted to find the actual video. And again, I'm going to upset people with this, but it needs to be analyzed. You look at any piece of evidence. I wanted to run it through my editing software and see if it was all legit. If the sound and all that, it matched up. If there was layers to it or not. I wanted to find out. Because when I saw that other angle, that's disturbing. I almost wish I was set up for video tonight and I could pull it up and show it to you. I'm so hot. So hot in here. And Babe was turned on the air, but I'm trying to get her to knock it down a few degrees. We're working on it. Hashtag knock it down a few degrees. But from the other angle, there's no crowd. It's really weird. The whole thing is weird. Helen says his hand was in his pocket because it was routine. He was already good at it. Using that particular hold, I'm finding examples of it everywhere. Of people of all colors being held down with that move. The knee on the neck. And I'm not saying that means it was taught. I'm saying it's widely used. And, you know, like I have personally had a cop choke me. Cops overstep their boundaries all the time and let the power that they have go to their heads and act like bullies to everyone. Lori says, hold on. I'm trying to keep up. I love when it goes so fast that I can't. So don't think that I'm trying to tell you to slow down. Keep going. I like a challenge. But Jack says the billionaires and millionaires trying to keep us under thumb. That's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what it is. And we're being played. I'm not saying there's not problems across the board. And I'm not saying that there's not even racial problems in the police force. We know they have a history of that. I'm not saying that. And that's all agreed upon. Your real enemies, though, that's not who they are. This is a distraction. And they are egging it on. I'm finding example after example after example of shit being passed out. Explosive devices even. Incendiary devices just being handed out. Pallets of bricks left out in front of government buildings. Just conveniently left there. They want martial law. I don't even think I'm going too far to say that anymore. I think that's exactly what they want. Something, for one, something that's going on that we're being distracted from. I keep being told over and over and over again that it's the Michael Flynn case and the Obamagate shit. I would love to believe that, but as I said in the beginning of this, these monsters that are criminals are doing all they can to avoid the gallows. They'll kill us before they let us take them down. I would love to take them down. I would love to believe that we would take them down. But we got a lot of work to do to overcome thousands of years worth of control set up over a long period of time. These people that have been in power, they have moved from regime to regime. They've always been at the top. Like I said, they don't have any country of loyalty. They don't only to themselves. Marie says it's unreal what is being placed and given to set up the people. And even if people do not go for it, they abuse the shit out of people anyway. I've shared example after example after example of journalists being shot with rubber bullets and attacked. There was a little petite journalist from We Are Change, about 100 pounds soaking wet. Her camera, everything was taken by police. She couldn't have been being threatening. I would love to see it. Maybe she's a tiger, but I don't think anybody was afraid of her, other than maybe what she might have had film of, you know. But they're attacking journalists. They're attacking all kinds of people. Steve says anyone can have a bogus 20 in their pocket and not even know about it. Happens all the fucking time. You'd be amazed. Sorry, another F-bomb. But you'd be amazed how often it happens. And that's what this was over. Some people don't realize it wasn't a big deal even, right? I work at a restaurant. It happens once a month. We get a bad 20. Now, I don't think there's a counterfeiting ring in my neighborhood, and I don't think that person that gave me the 20 was a counterfeiter. I think it just happens. Raymond says, I'll be okay. Thanks for all the well wishes. What's the matter? You okay? Wait a minute. Posting from the hospital, you broke your hip. Man, oh, I hope you're all right. Well, at least you're getting good treatment and you're in the hospital and everything's being done. That's awful. I told you to quit breakdancing, sir. But, I mean, you do have style. I understand why you have to do it. Lori said if you believe anything at face value these days without digging into what the opposition states, there's no hope for you. None. And that's a fact. You can't take it at face value. Even this stuff with Trump throwing fuel on the fire, but I've been convinced of this for a long time. I think he's an actor. I think he's playing a part. This stuff, they're driving it. Both sides. It's not him. I've never given him supervillain qualities. The elite want this. They want civil unrest so they can put the boot down on us all. All of us. They want us fighting amongst each other so we're good and distracted and they can squeeze in on us all. They have an excuse. It's all they need, and we're giving it to them. Stop. We're being played. This is a trap. And in large groups, people are easily led. There is a science behind what they're doing to us. And they've been doing it for hundreds of years. They're very good at it. Lee said, I got a counterfeit bill from the band, or are you saying bar? My phone screws me sometimes, so that could be what happened. But, yeah, it happens. It happens. Doesn't mean he's a master counterfeiter. I think it's likely there was at least a personal grudge there. Had to be more to it. And because they knew each other. That for me is, and the family's lawyer is pushing for this too, evidence of premeditation. It's possible. There could be something there. You know, I made the joke, and it wasn't a joke really, it's a theory of mine about the wife. Could be. Steve says Jimmy Dore said that there's nothing he wouldn't put past our government now. No evil thing at all. I've been that way for a little while, but yeah. Nothing. I was trying to figure out how to approach this because, like I said, the only thing I really decided through all of my research, that what I came away with, is that we're being played, that we're being lied to and distracted and manipulated and driven towards an end that I think a lot of people have seen coming for a while. I was about to say I have, but A lot of truthers have been screaming it, that we're heading for martial law, we're heading for a lockdown. It's happening. It's happening slowly, but it's happening. And certain things didn't stick, and they're kicking back to one of their favorite tools. Helen says the Senate hearings are starting and Hillary's having to testify again. But I saw that they had a hearing today, because I investigated that too today. And I saw that they had a hearing today where her lawyers were trying to make the case that she didn't need to testify. And the judge was in agreement. I don't know how they officially ruled on that or if they decided whether she had to or not. So I don't know. But Jack says get to know your neighbors. Very good point. But what do you do if you're an introvert? What do I do, Jack? Because I don't want to. I just want to get home from work, go right inside, go to my desk, research, do what I do, get on here, talk to you guys, and go to bed. That's what I want to do. I don't want to get out and talk to nobody. Plus, my neighbor's a little weird. You know, maybe not, but I think this is weird. You tell me if it's weird. Just so we can get off the riots and the distraction for just a minute. He mows his yard every day. Is that weird? Feels weird to me. Every day. And he has 2 riding lawnmowers. One of them doesn't have blades on it. And he just drives it around the yard. Is that weird? I don't know. Lee says 369 Tesla. Man, that is fascinating. There was an experiment I watched someone do with that. It's very complicated. I wouldn't even attempt to try to break it down right now. But that would be fascinating to cover maybe on a Conspiracy Theories and Show, which is tomorrow night, by the way. Come back tomorrow. Tomorrow's fun. And everybody needs that right now. There's enough serious, and we can get into that too. But tomorrow we talk about conspiracies, and we have a good time. So come back for that. But the 369 Tesla thing, very complicated. It's fascinating. Marie says light it up, smoke it, and inhale. Can we talk about cannabis? Because Illinois is fucking up. Man, I looked at prices today. A flower at the dispensary in Illinois. It's up to $19 a gram now. That's beyond outrageous. Very outrageous. Jack says they might have great cannabis. Who? Where? That's what I want to do. Let's go on an adventure. Let's unplug from society, just go on an adventure in search of the greatest cannabis. Let's start a reality show. Like, I don't know what we'll call it, but we'll just go around the country in search of the greatest cannabis. I think it sounds like a great show. I would love to host this show. Lori says it's a news story every day. They want us riding, so pay no attention to it. False flags are flying. As Jack said, what happened to the virus? Where'd it go? Exactly. I've been trying to avoid bringing that up, the V word, but it's so childish. Forget it. I might as well just say it. What happened to the Rona? Where'd that go? Is that over? It's just distraction after distraction after distraction. And they're doing all they can to steer society where they want it. And where they want it is everyone under control and under thumb. Steve says, I saw people saying that the Asian cop is Chauvin's brother-in-law. Not sure if it's true or not. I'm not either. Because the only people I see screaming that it's not true is Snopes. I don't believe a word Snopes says about anything. Snopes could tell me that the sky is blue, and I would be like, fuck it, I'm colorblind. I don't believe them about anything. So I got to find a better source saying that it's not true. But she is Asian. It could be true. But that doesn't mean it's true. That's not evidence. But it's interesting. Be a very odd coincidence if she just happened to be of the same ethnicity and the same name. It's odd, but I haven't been able to prove it yet. Marie says that's insanity. Maybe he's just trying to get away from his wife. I got to go mow. Yeah, right? He's got to keep his lawn nice. I always think of him as like Hank Hill, from King of the Hill, how he's very proud of his lawn and that's his favorite thing to do. Joan says her buttons don't work. You can't react. Man, that's how you lost your top fan badge. Faulty buttons. We've got to get Joan better equipment. We've got to get me new teeth and Joan better equipment. We got a lot to do, guys. We got to get these hashtags going. Lori says, tomorrow will be better. I'm tired of giving negative energy my attention. Tomorrow's going to be fun. I want to do a fun one. I don't know what yet. I am thinking about covering the Order of the Assassins. That's interesting. That's way back in history, but it's true. And I would also be interested in covering one that's not. It doesn't have to be. We've been on factual ones for like a month and a half, feels like. But there's a lot of truth there. Just because we're talking about conspiracies doesn't mean they're not true. We've covered that too. And that's the entire point of Conspiracy Night, is to show people that there's truth in them. But a fun one would be neat. Like, what's a fun one? Steve has been trying to get me to cover this forever. We could do this. Is Barbara Bush Aleister Crowley's daughter? It's a fun one. Did Paul McCartney actually die a long time ago and was replaced with a double? Things like that. Something like that I would like to cover. Just not is Alex Jones Bill Hicks, because can't be. No. I'd be so disappointed if I found out that one was true. Jack says, I love to share cannabis. Then share with me. It's my favorite flower. It's my absolute favorite flower. And anytime, and I love flowers. So anytime somebody wants to get me flowers, I would appreciate it. Hey, Susan. Welcome to the show. YouTube is not letting me see comments today, I don't think, because they're being strangely quiet, but I see you here. So I think some shenanigans are at play on YouTube, but a pair of pliers will do the trick. What are we doing with a pair of pliers? We taking my tooth out? I don't want to do that with pliers. Skull and Bones. I do need to redo Skull and Bones. I covered Skull and Bones a long time ago, maybe like a year and a half ago, but I need to make a new video on it. That's a good one. He says when we successfully succeed from the union, we need a dentist. We got to get some more people on board, for sure. We have to build up our commune. We're going to have to get a more structured society built up. So we're definitely going to need a dentist. We need healthcare. We need great chefs. I want great chefs. We got to have some great chefs in there, because all of Kathy's farming can't go to waste, and it has to be used, and I love to eat. So there's two reasons why. Steve, no, he's not. Can't be. Can't be. You know why? Because Bill Hicks was a comic genius, and he could do so much better than creating a character like Alex Jones. I just believe that Bill is capable of so much more. Can't be. Can't be. Don't kill that hero of mine. But they say never meet your heroes, right? That they'll always let you down. That's probably very true. And it would be the biggest troll in history for a reasonably liberal comic to become the conservative, right-wing truther, disinformation agent that Alex Jones has become. But Lori says, how many dentists are awake? They make a lot of money and use big pharma. We got to find one. There's got to be one woke dentist that wants to get off this grid and just unplug from this poisonous society. Jack got a message he needs to check out. Right on, Jack. Jack's a busy, busy man, and he's very important. He's in high demand, and like I said, he's part of a pretty damn cool motorcycle club, and he looks like Santa Claus. He's got like 12 bases covered. Pretty solid dude. I'm just glad to see that he's here today. I miss Jack. I get attached to you guys. So when you show up and you comment and stuff, know that I get attached to you, and I even make like imaginary lives for some of you in my head, and you become my friends. And when you don't, when you stop showing up one day, I get all sad. I'm like, oh, where'd Jack go? And then I get worried, and I can build up other concoctions in my head about what happened to Jack. Can't just be that he decided to stop watching my show. Jack is the shit, Heath. Joan got a share tag. That's why we use a page. On Facebook, you can stream from pretty much anywhere. But I use a page because it gives you badges and things when it's more interactive. It's just cooler. I wish YouTube would become as interactive as Facebook. Facebook is a lot more interactive for live streaming. The commune will definitely have flowers. Joan says, I bet we'll have flowers. Oh my goodness. There will be flowers everywhere. Just for the picking. Just and free. Free, please. Can that be part of our rules? In our charter, I want cannabis to be free and available to everyone. And, if ever, I don't see why we ever would, but if ever we put something in the water, let's let it be cannabis. Everyone should have it. I believe. Babels can't, though. Some people can't. Did you know that? My Babels is allergic. Gives her migraines. It's really sad. Terribly sad. Jack's back. The cops killed Jack? Man, I told you not to get in that biker gang. Hey, Barbara. I was thinking about doing that. I made the little emoji on Facebook. I went ahead and did it. And I love it. He's my favorite. I use him in Messenger all the time, and I've been toying with making him my profile picture. So you're braver than me, because I totally want to do that. 4 cops were shot in St. Louis last night. 1 retired cop died. Man. Am I shitty for thinking a lethal weapon when I heard that or when I read that? That's sad. That's terrible. But, man, maybe I'm a bad person. I didn't feel anything when I read that other than Danny, what's his name? From Lethal Weapon, saying I'm too old for this shit. I'm a bad person. Dale says I'll be happy to help tend the garden. See? And I'm going to have to do something like that too, because running your mouth is only going to get me so far. I'm going to have to be useful. So I'm going to have to do some manual labor as well and garden and something like that. I'm going to have to make myself useful in some way. Because, other than running my mouth, I don't have a whole lot of skills. Joan says it puts you right to sleep. Man, you got to get the right kind. There's different kinds. And I would try and explain it, but you don't want me to. Because I found out from the guy at the dispensary that I don't know what I'm talking about. And it has to do with terpenes, and Jack could probably tell you a lot more and stuff like that. It's not just whether it's sativa or indica, but because I was going to tell you to go with sativa. Yeah, Jeffrey, CBD is not THC. No, they're not the same thing. They're cousins. They're related, but yeah, free's the only way to be, Susan. Yes. Danny Glover, thank you. You guys are awesome about that, because I would have had that stuck in my head forever and trying to figure that out. But I've got to get off of here early tonight. I have to help make meatballs. See, I have skills. One of them is making meatballs. I make badass meatballs. I actually have thought about opening a restaurant. This Babel's, is a good cook and wants to run a restaurant, and I make good meatballs, so we could do some kind of home cooking Italian theme. But I'm helping with dinner tonight, so I gotta go do that, and I gotta get to work on tomorrow's video. So let me know if you would like to see the Order of the Assassins or anything else that we brought up. Maybe a fun one, something, whatever you want to see tomorrow. But let me know, and we'll hang out and talk about something fun, because what's going on in reality, that's not fun anymore. And I really would just like to see people wake up and realize that we're being played and manipulated, because I don't want to see them get what they want, and that's where it's heading. And it's going to be bad for us if we don't wake up and realize that we're being manipulated. I'm not saying anything like the incident wasn't bad or I don't understand. I'm saying we're being played. And the more you look into it, the more that becomes a fact. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.